Kunja Bihar Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gaur Premanande Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parijajakara Stotra Shata Srimad Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinde Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parijajakara Stotra Shata Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Hitai Gaur Premanande All glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirahe Nastaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, General History, Chapter 7, Lord Krishna instructs Uddhava. Text number 49. So please repeat after me. Kale nahi yoga vigegena bhutanam prabhava prabhuyo nityamapi na darshyate atmano agir yatharshiram. Kale nahi yoga vigegena bhutanam prabhava prabhuyo nityo api na darshyate atmano agiryatarashirum. Kale nahi yoga vigegena bhutanam prabhava prabhu nityo api na darshyate atmano agiryatarashirum. Please chant. Kale nahi yoga vigena bhutanam prabhava prabhu nityo api na darshyate atmano agiryatashriyam. Kale nahi yoga vigena bhutanam prabhava prabhu nityapi na darshyate atmano agiryatashriyam. Kale nahi yogena bhutanam prabhava prabhu nityamapi darshyate atmanam prabhava prabhu. Thank you very much. We'll see word to word meaning. Kalena, by time. He, indeed. Ogha, like a flood. Vegena, whose speed. Bhutanam, of created bodies. Prabha, the birth. Apayo, the dimsel. Nityo, constant. Api, although. Nadarshate, are not seen. Atmana, related to the spirit soul. Agena, of fire. Yatha, just as. Arshisham, of the flames. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: the flames of the fire appear and disappear at every moment, and yet this creation and destruction is not noticed by the ordinary observer. Similarly, the mighty waves of the time flow constantly like the powerful currents of a river, and imperceptibility, cause of birth, growth, and death of innumerable material bodies, and yet soul, who is thus constantly forced to change his position, cannot perceive action of time. Purport: the Brahmanam Avaduta, instructing the king Yadhu, again gives the example of fire after having already proceeded to the example of the moon. This analytical method is called Simha Lokavena, or the lion's glance, by which one simultaneously proceeds forward and casts backward glances to see if anything has been overlooked. Thus the sage proceed with his analytical analysis, but return to the example of a fire to illustrate the need for renunciation. The material body is certainly an empirical and panstragonia manifestation of the Lord's eternal potency. The flames of a fire constantly take birth and disappear, yet we perceive the fire as a continuous reality. Similarly, the soul is continuous reality, although his material body appear and disappear constantly by the influence of time. It is said that the most astonishing thing is that no one thinks that they will die. Because the soul is eternal, the living entity is prone to accept any fleeting situation as permanent, forgetting that his eternal nature can be truly experienced only in the eternal atmosphere of spiritual sky. If one is convinced of this fact, he develops the quality of vairagya, or a detachment from the material illusion. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshorulmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Prabhupada Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Dvarijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vanja Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhayeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, Avadhuta Brahmana is giving various examples of 24 gurus, and through the examples he is teaching us and the people in this material world how we should be always conscious and try to learn from the various things. Here in this particular context, this Avadhuta Brahmana is giving the example of fire again, and it is compared to the like Simha Vilokenena. Like Simha means lion, and Vilokena again he is saying. So it is said that generally when lion goes for hunting, it proceeds further distance and look backward. Did he miss anything? Did he overlook anything? So, to make sure that I have covered everything. And why it is looking backwards? Because it doesn't want to, oversee anything, and also it doesn't want to make sure that I have properly make the surveillance. So why this example is given here? Because Avadhuta Brahmana is giving the fire examples for the second time. Now, first time he has already given fire is, it burns various qualities of fire, and again he is giving to the second time example. So which proceeds already has been done. So he is thinking that fire example, through the fire example he is giving us a renunciation. So as a material body takes birth, a living entity takes birth and gradually become the boy to the youth and young man and old age and disease, and he eventually dies. So dehinosmin yadan dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara prapte dhiras tatra namuyate. So as the living entity takes birth in this material world, it grows and stays for some time and eventually again deteriorates, again goes to the old age. So living entity continuously taking this birth after birth, but never thinks that this is an influenced force on material nature on him. It thinks that it is doesn't think that this is forced upon him, and it thinks naturally will be there permanent in this world. But there is nothing permanent in this world. Just like flames of the fire constantly takes birth and disappear, yet we perceive fire as a constant reality. Similarly, the soul is continuously taking birth in different bodies, and this is also thinks that this is permanent. But in what is happening is that continuously when you are taking birth and dying, the problem is that you are suffering. Correct? But that reality one has to accept. If that reality somebody accepted, we are suffering, then we can understand that reality of life. Then we can understand reality of this material world. The problem is that in the people in the material world, they don't think this is a suffering. Taking birth, happy birthday. We celebrate birthday. Of course, I'm not saying we should not celebrate birthdays. And taking a birth, we celebrate, and we every year joyfully take birth, taking happy birthday and making a party and everything, which is good. But when we are making Krishna consciousness birthdays, then that is eternal, because every day sunrise and sunset is taking our age, taking our time. Ayur Bharati Vaipumsa Udayan Yastanchan Yasrau. So it is like every sunrise and sunset, our day is gone. But person who is engaging himself in Krishna conscious way, or engaging himself in hearing Harikatha, reading, then his age is not taken away. People may ask, why? Because the number of days and number of hours which he spends in hearing Krishna Katha, Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, or doing devotional service, that is going to be an eternal asset. It's not a remote. For example, if you start a company, till you're there, it will be lasting. If your sons can continue or they can discontinue, it's up to them. Or if material nature, or if the government says this place should not be there, or they may destroy. And there are various things happen to the material world. if you start something. But spiritual devotional service, and this is permanent asset. The number of hours that you spend in chanting, hearing, reading, that is going to be an eternal asset for you. It is a permanent. Just like if you have a bank balance, $1 million, for after you leave this body, it may go into the government, it may go to somebody else. But devotional service is not like that. Whatever you do, it is there permanent. How it acts permanent? It will save you from the greatest danger of your life. In the Bhagavad Gita, again, it is mentioned many things. That's why basic thing is Bhagavad Gita is a ABCD study. When you don't know how to pronounce ABC, then how do you pronounce A for apple, B for boy? Similarly, ABCD is Bhagavad Gita. When you study Bhagavad Gita, that's enough for a lifetime. It will teach you everything, and it will give the basic knowledge. From that basic knowledge, you can study Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, what else? So coming back to this example, that why the material nature is giving you facilitate that this world is permanent, because when a living entity wants to enjoy separate from the Lord, what is happening is that he needs a facility to enjoy, and at the same time he needs a certain kind of an arrangement, and he needs a certain kind of a freedom. So those freedom, experience, and those kind of facility will be not there in the spiritual world apart from independent of the Supreme Lord. It will be there dependent on Supreme Lord, because you want to serve the Supreme Lord with your true heart. But when you want to independently serve yourself, then this material nature is created. When this material nature is created, along with all the facility, problems are also created. Adhyatmika, Adidaivika, Adibhautika. But the people in this world, they don't realize this is a problem. That's why most of the people, though devotees, they're trying to help the living, conditioned soul, or preaching through the preaching, helping this material world to the people, they don't accept it, because they don't know they are in problem. Because just like an example, when you are going distribution of books, most of the people, they don't accept it, because they think that I am happy, I am living very nice, comfortable bank, I have nice wife, children, and I am working. Why I am suffering? Who said I am suffering? Only ISKCON, these Hare Krishna people will say you are suffering. Correct? I am happily living in this world, trying to make arrangements. But they don't know the time factor. Time is very, very powerful, that it will, by the time you realize, you don't have anything to do. It will take away, snatch everything. Just like I'll give one short example, or you can say joke. One time, Yamaraj, he came to the material world, and to take the conditioned soul back of one living entity. So he went to his one home, and that guest invited, obviously he knows now it's time for death, and that person served Yamaraj very nicely, and he treated him all the kinds of things. Then after having little talk, Yamaraj took a little kind of break, and he took a power nap, and he took the list of the people who are dying today. So what he did is that his name was on the first, and he put his name on the last. Then when he woke up from the sleep, Yamaraj, and also, since you served me nicely, and I have come here to take you, and I will make some excuse. You live for a long time. So I will start from the bottom of the list. So bottom of the list, whose name was there? His own name. So why I'm trying the example is that we make such an arrangement like that person made an arrangement. We make facility like that to live happily and nicely, but that will entirely reverse our situation. So people in this world need help, but they don't realize that they need help. That's why whenever there is a preaching program and everything program is going on, why many people doesn't sign up? Because of they don't know that they need help. First of all, we should make them realize that they need help to come out of this, modes of material nature or whatever the problems of life. Then they realize, oh, I need a help. Yes, please give me help. Because otherwise they don't take help. I know one devotee, his aunt was a doctor, and she decided that I will not charge anything from anybody. I will do free medical treatment for everybody. She opened a clinic with her own money, and after opening the clinic, first few days, few people came, and after next month, like 1 or 2 months, nobody was visiting her. And everybody, she was surprised. I'm here to do free medical checkup for everybody. I opened. Why happening? It's not happening. So she somehow or other she found out that this doctor is not a genuine person. If this doctor is a genuine, why he is not charging? Whereas everybody is charging. Why she is not charging? Because the people in this world, if you give something free, they don't take it as a serious thing. They take it as granted. A temple is there, Sunday feast is there, this Bhagavatam class is there, Mangala is there, it's free. Why? So, people should realize that whatever which we are giving, it's Parampara's mercy, Krishna's mercy, which is giving freely. After you realize that this is not a free job and it is a very, very valuable, then if you think that, okay, for attending morning program or attending this, then $150. Oh, there must be something I have to attend. Or attending this course, $50. Oh, there must be something. So that's why people join there. So a living entity wants to enjoy permanently this situation, forgetting that this is not an eternal nature. So as a devotees of the Lord, as a preacher, as a organizing volunteer of this organization, we have to make the conditioned soul realize that this is not a permanent and this is temporary, and whatever your situation is there is not permanent. Right? Time is very, very powerful in this factor. Time and tide waits for no man. Before COVID, everybody was thinking, oh, life is good, we can go anywhere. And once a lockdown came, everybody realized, oh my God, what to do? And at that time, the Zoom link and the Zoom preaching was going rapidly. So, Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj told, I think, this statement, like, if you cannot go outside, go inside. Go inside means don't go inside your room. Go inside your heart and see how I can cleanse my heart. So, the time that we are here situation, it is not an easy thing. This is because Lord's mercy. One should think that because Lord's mercy, that's why I am here in this temple. Because Lord's mercy, I am serving Lord. Because mercy of the Lord, I am able to do some service. Because Lord's mercy, I am able to chant. Because Lord's mercy, I am able to hear. Many people, like, they want to hear Bhagavatam, but they don't have an opportunity. And many people, they want to do service, but they don't have an opportunity. because of family situation, work situation, and they struggle because they don't have any other choice. They have to maintain family, business, whatever. And Lord wants to hear you Bhagavatam class. Lord wants you to chant. Lord wants you to do the devotional service. That's why we are able to do. It's not our own nature. Like when you make an arrangement, like for example, when you want to attend somebody's class, or you want to do some service, or you want to chant some rounds, or you want to read something, though the books will be lying in your bookshelf, you cannot pick up the book and read, because your mind will not allow. Though the chanting bag beads on the table, still you cannot pick up the chanting bag, because situation will not allow. Because though the service is lying, we cannot be able to pick up the service and do, because our circumstances, you may be getting a fever, or you may be in a situation where you cannot do anything. And because the Lord has given you opportunity to take up, that's why time is Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, as it says that time is Krishna. When you respect the time, time will respect you. When you don't respect the time, time will not respect you. So, when you waste the time, then whatever the things that you have done, that will accumulate karma, and that karma is going to be, entangled in this material world. So Krishna says, I am the time, destroyer of everything. So when we have a respect for the time, and respect for the material nature, and you become a good observer of this material nature, then you will really understand this vairagya. The vairagya doesn't come just like that, suddenly from nowhere. We have to work before the vairagya comes. Work these things. So work on anarthas, work on this project, work on that one. Then this vairagya will come naturally in our heart. Otherwise vairagya is not going to come. So vairagya, when truly comes to the living entity, when he understands the illusion of this material nature, when he understands this panstragomagical, illusion or empirical or manifestation of external potency. Otherwise, you will be attached to this place and house and bungalow and car and everything. Because when you understand this reality, then only you can realize that we are in not a situation. Now you know better, like in world, now what the situation is. Anytime World War III can happen, and we don't know what arrangement we should make it. Correct? Oil crisis is going down. It has been surveyed that the oil that are there in the planet, on this globe, which is half of the thing is finished oil. The remaining oil which we have, and it's there for last maximum 50 years. After that, if there is no oil, no petroleum, no transportation, nothing. So the Srila Prabhupada has already said what is happening to this material world. I'll just read from one quote, which is lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, Hawaii, January 17, 1974. Petrol, you have created another problem. Already there are problems you have created by so-called civilization petrol problem. Before these motor cars, and the people were living very happily. They are transporting, but there was no such civilization. For your earning livelihood, you have to go hundreds of miles away from your home to work. Therefore, you require a vehicle. Then you require petrol. Then you require so many nice roads. So many things will be. But formerly it was a village. They will take it, this privilege, but remaining privilege you were more happy, becoming so-called civilization, creating so many problems. This is a quote from lecture from Srimad Bhagavatam on January 17, 1974. Of course, Srila Prabhupada has already told that this crisis is gonna come, because the main principle Isavasyam idam sarvam is not there. Everybody thinks I am supreme, I am the controller, but no, big leaders, they don't think that who is supreme and who is controller. That's a problem. So continuously material nature is showing us reality of this material world, but still people, conditioned soul, thinks that I make adjustment like this, I make adjustment like that, so that I can be happily. That nature to be happy, eternal, it's not false what do you think, desire. It's a true desire. Of course, soul wants to be always blissful, happy, eternal nature. It is there, that is inbuilt in the soul, but that will not happen in this material world. It will happen in the spiritual world. But the same tendency is carried by the soul, thinking that this material nature can is the same thing. But we have to go there where we can experience this spiritual atmosphere, where eternally living, young, energetic, blissful knowledge. Because these qualities of the Supreme are all the qualities of the soul is the same. But that is Vibhu, this is Anu. Because this is very, very tiny thing. Like just like we hear so many times example Srila Prabhupada gives, when you take a drop of water from the ocean, the elements, the taste is going to be the same. But at the same time you cannot say this drop is ocean. The ocean water is salty, what are the factors are there, the same thing is there in that drop of the water. Similarly, a living entity wants to experience the always blissful, happy, eternal nature. That is experienced only in the spiritual world, not in this material world. But yet, conditioned soul thinks that this is the reality of life. But whereas it is taking the birth again and again. So we have to come to the reality of life, that this place is not for the gentlemen. At the same time, when we understand this reality, and at the same time we have to act upon it, do some action work. Not just understand I am the eternal soul and this material nature is illusion and I am being this eternal servant of Supreme Lord, or I have to be happy in the material, in the spiritual kingdom. And your activity should be also like that. What are the activities? A simple thing, chanting, hearing, reading. Should intensify on chanting, intensify on reading, intensify on doing service, intensify on hearing Bhagavatam class, intensifying, doing anything which is related to the devotional service. But if you are not intensifying, what is happening is that slowly it has become a monotology. Regularly we do chanting, or regularly we do anything. It will become a autopilot mode. Just take off and land. Take off and land. There is no need of pilot. Similarly, when you want to experience truly, but we have to invest something in our consciousness, which will churn our internal things, internal elements that will awaken Krishna Prem. Like, for example, how I can chant nicely, today how I can read nicely, today how I can hear nicely, today how I can do service nicely. Though you are doing the same service, but how I can serve nicely, better. Because our benchmark should keep on increasing. Srila Prabhupada, that's why he said boiling the milk. Or keep on increasing day by day. When you have that intensity, when you have that mood, then only enthusiasm comes. Otherwise, there is no enthusiasm. Otherwise, it's like Krishna is also saying, "Ye tamam prapatyante tam sitaiva vajamyam." When you have enthusiasm and do the service or do the chanting, do the hearing, then that will intensify. Otherwise, material nature is already ready to give you enthusiasm in a different way. So the main factor of his influence of time is very, very harsh. So that's why we have to understand this kalena and we have to act accordingly so that I can understand the reality of life and illusion of this material nature. When you understand the reality of life, illusion of the material nature, then only Vairagya will come. Otherwise, no chance of Vairagya. It is eternally, we are living happily. That's we have to do here. Okay, these are my thoughts. If you have any comments, thoughts, questions. Jitendra Prabhu says.
Thank you. Prabhupada uses the expression Maya Sukhaya, meaning, for instance, the automobile or the oil, you want to alleviate one problem, but you create two more.
Correct.
Given they create the automobile and then you have to maintain it, you have to have oil for it, there's traffic jams, the psychological effect is road rage. So many accumulated problems come by getting entangled in that kind of thinking. But they're pushed by their misleaders to, they're encouraged to, go in that direction. There was a fellow named Rockefeller, and he was orchestrating behind the scenes with economics, and he says, we want a nation of workers, not thinkers. So they want you, they're trying to hide that. This word comes up more and more in today. People are finding the old ways for medication, and Big Pharma is trying to squeeze as much money out of the people as possible. With the food situation, they want you to become dependent on them. The medical industry, they want you to become, they don't want to heal you, they want to serve you so you'll keep coming back. I'm sure you can see that, and of course you can see that too, right, Mata? Would you like to say anything? Okay, so those are a few things that I remember coming up,
Yeah.
Maya Sukhaya. It's 2 words.
Thank you for that comment.
You just rightly said that the urgency of hearing and reading Bhagavatam and taking opportunity of this facility is not been seen by the devotees. But as I have the experience that when I was a child in the school, I was not very good in mathematics. So I never liked mathematics. But I found that why I didn't like mathematics, because my teacher was not proper.
Correct.
But when I changed the school, I got a nice teacher. And then I developed liking for mathematics. So is it also like that with Bhagavatam or reading or bhakti?
Obviously, there will be certain kind of a section of a Bhagavatam which is boring. I mean, I am accepting my reality, like creation, something like that. That way, one may feel interesting. For me, interesting creation. For you, it is not interesting creation. And Bhagavatam is Rasamalayam. Anywhere, and actually, the Bhagavatam gives like example Rasamalayam. It's like a mango. Anywhere you bite mango, it is sweet. It's not right side is only sweet, left side is sweet. But as a condition that some part of the Bhagavatam may not be sweet, may not be nourishing, and may not be, feeling good to hear. But it is Bhagavatam fault, it's our fault. It's maybe our fault. It's Bhagavatam, it's not like Acharyas have commented on Bhagavatam and put it like this so that they feel bored. No, it's our fault. Because the situation where we are in and the things that we are in. Two things what we can do is, one is we have to accept that we are not in a state where, like Parikshit Maharaj, that's intensely hearing because he got 7 days, and like whereas the example of the Brahmana, not Brahmana, there's one story which is out of Bhagavatam, like his brother became ghost and he heard Bhagavatam for 7 days. You know that's past time. We are not in that stage. So what I can do is that, so we take inspiration from Bhagavatam where we get inspiration. Like for example, if I hear a certain speaker's Bhagavatam, okay, I get inspiration definitely from there, whatever he speaks, whichever canto he speaks. So I don't get an inspiration or I don't get something nourishment when I hear something from somebody. What I do is that, as a matter of hearing, I do that whatever this thing. But to inspire me, I hear double time Bhagavatam class, 2 times Bhagavatam class. I take inspiration from certain speaker to keep going my devotional service, keep going my devotional life in an enthusiasm way. Correct? But I take as a etiquette of hearing Bhagavatam class, I do that also. Because one it will gives you inspiration, other gives you purification. You understand my point? One gives you inspiration. Okay, if I hear from XYZ speaker, definitely any time of my day, if I hear, I'll get inspiration. I will take it. And as a matter of etiquette, as a matter of custom guidelines, or as a matter of attending Bhagavatam class, I attend. That will gives me purification. Just like a maths teacher, you didn't get inspiration to learn the maths. You change the teacher. That doesn't mean that previous teacher is not good in maths. She is good in maths and she holds a degree of teacher training course and she is an authorized teacher. That's why the school has appointed her. Which is maybe the skill of the techniques that teacher is teaching, it may not be appearing to you to learn the maths. Correct? But it is other students, they may get the inspiration because they are learning. For me also, that same example, I like one teacher maths when she teaches, but at the same time I don't like other teacher when she teaches maths. So what will I do is that I hear in the class because I don't have any other option. And after hearing, I don't ask her doubts because first of all I didn't understand anything what she taught from subject matter. Then what I will do, I will go to the teacher where she makes me understand. That's why we have tuitions in India, we have tuitions. So that's why I will go to that teacher where this subject I have not understand perfectly, can you explain me? Then I will understand. So similarly, Bhagavatam is Rasamalayam, and some part of the Bhagavatam may not be nourishing to sadhakas because it is not the fault of Bhagavatam. It is something we have to work upon it. Bhagavatam is, every part of the Bhagavatam is sweet. But I cannot relish my sweetness in that particular pastime. It's okay, we have to understand the reality. But at the same time, where you experience the sweetness, maybe Krishna lifting the Govardhana hill, Krishna chastising Kaliya, maybe Dhruva Maharaj going to the Dhruva Maharaj pastime, maybe Sudama's pastime. Maybe I take inspiration from there. But I put my energy there. But I don't understand when something, but what I will do is that as a matter of reading, like everybody in the organization, one has to read all the cantos of Bhagavatam, and they have to read Bhagavad Gita, and they have to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's like a sequence. Bhagavad Gita, first small books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then CC. Correct? This is a sequence we taught. And in the Bhagavatam, you have to go to the first canto, second canto, third canto, like that. But if you are going directly to 10th canto, that's not a etiquette, and that's not, you cannot understand Rasa Leela. Prabhupada also so many time quotes. But at the same time, what we can do is that as a matter of reading, we have to read, and at the same time, we have to wait for the sweetness for the 10th canto. When you appreciate when you read all the cantos, then you appreciate then you understand, then you really nourish the 10th canto. Before creation or creation of this material world, if you directly jump into 10th canto, you just take it as a love story between an ordinary boy and a girl. We take it as like that. Of course, when we have some proper understanding, then we can understand. Otherwise, it is just like we do something which we don't like it, but at the same time, we have to do something which we like it. There is a ratio. I think 20. I'm not sure how much ratio. Certain ratio you have to do because it's not because we have to do. Certain ratio we have to do because it gives us purification. Certain things we have to do because it gives me inspiration. So for example, I'll take if a devotee likes do kirtan, he cannot do all the time kirtan, because if he do whatever he likes, then what will happen eventually? He'll get frustrated and he will leave. If a devotee does only things that he don't like it, he will get frustration and he will leave, because he's doing things that he don't like at all. He's doing everything that he don't like. Till he doesn't get happiness, he'll leave the frustration. So we have to arrange in a life certain things which I like it, I will do it. Certain things which I don't like it, still I will do it, because it gives me purification, and it gives me like the things which I like to do. And if you arrange in your day timetable like that, then naturally you will be happy and joyful. But if you think that you don't like to do, still you keep on doing, and you don't nourish yourself what you like to do, then it will become a big mess. I hope I made clear your confusion.
Thank you. I remember, I think it was Karma Yoga, you're doing what you want to do, what you like to do for Krishna, and Bhakti Yoga is you do what I want you to do for Krishna.
Correct. See, that's the stage is a higher stage.
Yeah.
See, first thing is that we are asked to do, one has to do, one likes to do. Okay. We are asked to do certain things. We have to do. And we are asked to do. We have to do. Like sadhana, chanting 16 rounds. We have to do, whether we like it or not like it. Chanting 16 rounds, for following 4 regular principles, we have to do, whether you like it or not. There is no other option. One has to do which is asked by authorities, asked by things, asked demand by organization like morning program, evening program, and what are the services we have. This was asked to do. And the second thing we asked to do, has to do, inspired to do. So we have to make a balance between these three. If you just ask to do, if you keep on doing, then you will be very frustration. Just you ask to do things, do service, do duty worship, do cleaning, do that, do this. You keep on doing which you don't like, then where you to get inspiration from? And there is no option for doing, like has to do. One has to do chanting 16 rounds. There is no other option, whether you like it or not like it. Correct? One has to eat only prasadam, whether you like it or not like it. One has to attend morning Mangalarti, whether you like it or not like it. There is no other option for that. Okay, when you are doing some things which are not, nourishing yourself, okay, that will, you should take it as a purification. I like to play music. That will give me nourishment. I will do. Not during that doesn't clash with a morning program or an evening program, where I take a between in afternoon somewhere. So when I do the practicing of instrument between my free time, that will gives me inspiration. If I only practice my instrument whole day, then this is not place for us. You day and night you keep on practicing. Maybe you become a big musician, big player. But when you are in an organization where some things we have to do because we are in certain organization. If you are independent, nobody asks you. But since you took initiation, since you want to be a devotee, you have to chant 16 rounds. There is no other option for that. Chanting the holy name, everybody, every day, it's not gives you so much joy after finishing 16 rounds. But we have to do. There is no other option for that.
Prabhupada said, you are learning by my speaking, but I am learning by your hearing.
Correct.
Because I'm observing how you're hearing, and I can go forward when you receive it.
Yeah. Yes. I hope this I can stop 8:30. This question, this was like that point I want to make. Ask to do, has to do, inspire to do. These three things balance means then the max teacher, the example which will relate to you, I guess. Because you don't, at that time you don't have an option to quitting that school or teacher, right? You have to attend. There is no other option. When you got into the another teacher, you have another option. Thank you.
I was thinking Arjuna wasn't chanting japa, but we're forced to. So Prabhupada said, if you can't do this, do this. If you can't do that, then do this. So you have to, but Arjuna wasn't fighting 24/7, right? He was, so we're chanting 24/7, or we're supposed to.
Arjuna's japa is fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. Our japa is chanting. No, our fighting is japa. What we are doing in chanting, we are fighting with our mind, trying to focus on holy name, trying to focus on this. But Arjuna, when he is fighting, that is his japa, because he is focusing on instructions. Arjuna's thing is that when he was in illusion, like he don't know, confused what to do, he surrendered. And we have to surrender ourselves before japa. When you don't surrender to holy name, you cannot chant. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande.